Hola hermanas, bienvenidas a ¿Quién
¿Quién
es
es
la
la
más?
más?
My name is Gigi.
Y yo soy Braulio. And before we start, remember to subscribe and rate the podcast. Tell your friends about the show. It would help us immensely to get the word out. We appreciate all the support.
Thank you so much. And today we're recapping La Más Draga Season 5, Episode 3. Things are they're moving along, they are moving along, but I feel like there's another twist coming, right? I feel like there's something else coming. We kind of had a little twist this week with the mini challenge, but I feel like there's gonna be like something else where they might bring somebody else back. I don't know. I just don't trust them anymore.
It's like a bad relationship. Once they wrong you, you'll
Yeah,
never trust again.
can't trust them. No, but what did you think of this episode?
I was pretty excited about the concept of the main challenge or the runway, I guess. But I feel like they should have gotten a little bit more critique on how they pulled that theme off, because I think some of them got away with um, not using black and white, but also like the transformation, right, or the transition from one look to the other. Some of them didn't do it so well, which the judges did call them out on that. Um, but I feel like it's a pattern now that these quote unquote mini challenges are, I guess, they're supposed to be entertaining, and it's supposed to cause or it's supposed to be like a or used as a twist, right, like you were saying,
Mm-hmm.
to cause some not drama, but just make it interesting for the viewers. And I think instead it's just the way that they're communicating with each other about these challenges, and the way that they're like manipulating that that situation once they get to the judging. I am not liking. Like, it feels pointless. um yeah, and it's like I said, it's become a pattern now, and I don't think that they're handling the connection between the mini challenge and the overall um judging.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're not handling it well.
See, I wouldn't mind it so much if they weren't as long. Like these mini challenges are as long as a drag race challenge. They're so
Yeah,
long. And then we still have the runway. And I'm like, what? But then we get all this time at the mini challenge, but then they don't really matter. So it's like, why are we watching it? So it's like, if they were
exactly.
to cut it down to maybe 5 minutes, cool, Like, whatever, we have a little fun and then we move on. But no, we get a whole like 30 minutes on just the mini challenge. It's a lot. It is a lot. And for it not to have any kind of say in the competition or anything, then it's like, what are we doing?
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, at this point it's a main challenge, but for some reason they're still committed to calling them mini challenges. Especially if it's giving you immunity, that's a big deal. Big deal.
Yeah.
Um so yeah, I mean, that ultimately, something like that does affect the whole episode, and the outcome of the episode, who stays, who goes. So yeah, I mean, I guess they're just calling it mini challenge for um I don't know, just for entertainment. Just that's
Yeah.
just the title of it, but it's
Just
actually
call it something.
yeah, yeah.
Um yeah, I think for this specific show, since it's very looks heavy, they should not. test them on anything else. Like I know they're trying to say that we always say this, that they're trying to say that they're trying to find the 360, which is somebody that's well
Mm-hmm.
rounded, but not
Mm-hmm.
really. You're not really looking for that. Like just be honest with what you're looking for somebody who has really good looks. And if they were to just make the mini challenges like a Project Runway thing where they have to make a look, like give them like some materials, every episode could be really fun and actually like show off some of their talents even more. Um, but I think they're trying to be too like drag race and not really focusing on La Más Draga and what their strong suits, their queens
Mm-hmm.
skills are really where they really shine. But yeah, that we'll get more into that. With that, let's get right into it, right? So this week, the challenge is La Más A Color. The queens are challenged to present a look that reveals from black and white to full color. They also compete in a mini challenge that tests their improv skills in a parody of Caso Cerrado. The winner of the mini challenge will get a chance to win immunity for a lip sync in the future. For the second week in a row, Fifi Esta is named La Mas of the Week, while Aisha Dog Hills and Greta White are Las Menos. They both battle it out in a lip sync to Tu Falta de Querer by Mon Laferte. Aisha Dog Hills becomes the second queen to be added to the drag altar, where she will be remembered. All right, so we begin the episode with them announcing the challenge. It's La Más A Color, which is a reference to, I guess, somebody, Guillermo Gonzalez, is the one that invented some kind of machine or something that was able to transform the TV from black and white to color, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that's what they're basing it off, which is cool that they give us a little history lesson and incorporate it into the challenge. That's always fun. And so yeah, the challenge is La Masa Color, which they have to create or present a look that has a reveal from black and white to color. And then we get into the mini challenge with our new, I guess, guest co-host, Rogelio Suarez, and they call it Caso Dragueado. So this is a parody of Caso Cerrado, which is a popular Latin American TV show. It's kind of like Judge Judy, right? Is it like no?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of Caso Cerrado is more like Jerry Springer.
It's like a mix of the two, but
Yeah.
I think it's been ages since I've seen a Judge Judy episode, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty similar at this point. Like it's still it has its Jerry Springer moments.
Yes, I kind of do remember that they fight. Sometimes they have a little sprinkle of greñas, being pulled, but so they have to improv in this challenge, which is cool. It's cool to have something different, but they have to, and they do announce that that the winner will win a chance to gain immunity, but then also they also announce that the winning group will receive, I guess, safety from the main challenge, the looks. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's a pretty, I mean, it's a big deal. That's something you want to win. That's not just like,
Exactly.
it's just, you win a bag of chips or something. It's pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think the person that chooses the teams is Fifi Esta, which she's the winner of the last week, so she gets to choose the teams. And her
Mm-hmm.
team is Fifi, which is her, obviously, Peque, Lisa, Santa Lucia, Aisha Dog Hills, and Greta White. And then the remaining group is consistent. It's
Consists.
consistent. Why am I not
Yeah.
speaking English? What is it?
Yeah, it consists of liking,
Consists.
paper
There you
cut,
go.
hidden, mistake, Uma, and Isabella y Catalina.
Yes, thank you. For those who speak English, there's a translator here for me. So yeah, they get into the mini challenge, and the first group is up, which is Fifi's group, and they do a improv to a sketch comedy called No le da manutención, sorry, manutención a su hija, which is alimony. And so, how did you think this group did in this improv challenge?
Um, I mean, I think overall they all did a good enough job. Like I didn't get bored, but these kinds of sketches they never land for me. Like they never make me laugh, if that's the purpose. But I do appreciate that it makes them or it gives the queens an opportunity to do show another aspect, right? And unlike in Drag Race, when they say that they're gonna improv, it usually sounds like they have a script. But this seemed pretty like, okay, you have your character, but just go. Um, and it sounded like within the teams they were kind of building their um their sketch, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then this was the team that the girls all between them, I guess they see the stronger ones in this team. They kind of have a ranking system between them because they're all like saying that they feel like they're gonna be the stronger team, and then the other team feels a
Mm.
little like more like the dark horse. But yeah, I agree. It was okay. I feel like it went too long, like I said. But I did see Lisa's improv skills come out, and she did really well. I think she did
Hmm.
very well in carrying this group. And honestly,
Hmm.
the like out of everybody, I think she did the best, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. The Because her role was kind of like the moderator slash host. Um, so she had a big role to play because she was kind of moving the whole scene along. So she had a lot of moments. And yeah, I think she had a lot of energy, and um, I liked her presentation a lot. It didn't give me. I mean, there was a lot of liveliness. It wasn't flat like some other ones, or like me, flat chested. No, but the I think Santa Lucia was one of the ones that kind of got lost for me, because she was playing like one of the moms, and yeah, I didn't think her banter with Aisha was that good.
It wasn't, and she was playing drunk, so it's very difficult for her to kind of. I don't know if that was her choice. I guess it was, but that was a wrong
Mm.
choice to make because then she had to play a little less loud, I guess, or like less lively, less energy, and it's very hard to make that work in an improv challenge, especially when you're in a group setting. So that really hurt.
Hmm.
All
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
so we have the second group. This is Paper Cuts group. I'm just gonna say Paper Cuts group because to me that's the most well-known name in this group. So they have the improv sketch of La Doctora. Oh no, that's the name of one of the. By the way, La Doctora Chimuelo made me laugh when she said that. That was the first group. She's like La Doctora Chimuelo, and then she turns around. She has no teeth, which is what that means.
yeah.
So the second group is called No Somos Hermanas, and yeah, what did you think of this group?
That's what I tell you all the time. No somos hermanas. But our mom's like, no, yes, yes, you are. Um, I think this sketch or this improv, whatever you want to call it, was was more had less energy than the other one. Which I mean, the other one was over the top when it came to some of the queens, but I think this one was a little too low energy. Um, I think some of them did find their moment. I liked, surprisingly, because I don't really like her look. walks or her runways. Uma, I think Uma's energy was, or and commitment to the scene was the one that I noticed the most. Again, she didn't necessarily made me laugh, but I think she stood out of the rest of the group, which is one of the things that they were worried about, or that they were being signaled for, because they consider this group of queens like the more quiet ones, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that did show, which is like I think they did a good job. I do think that um they needed more energy and more seamless interactions between each of them.
Yeah, I think they for sure they weren't like horrible, but they did need more work, and it didn't help that they didn't have I mean, Hidden did a good job. She was playing the role of the judge, which is the main person that's kind of like bringing in everybody in and just, just
Mhm.
giving everybody their time. And I think that was kind of what threw them off in a way, because if they would have had somebody that could really be quick, she wasn't bad, but it was not compared to Lisa. She's just not at that level. Um,
Yeah.
but that was one of their weaknesses. And then also, I mean, the other story was crazy. Don't get me wrong. Like, it was crazy and it didn't make sense at times. But this story, I don't get why you would go to a caso cerrado, which is like a judge, and they don't want to be sisters. Like, I don't get it. I don't get why that doesn't make sense to me. Like, why are you going to a judge and saying, we're not sisters, we're not sisters? I didn't get it.
I
It
think
was a
it I think it was a play on what you mentioned before, like a Mari thing, like where you're not the father. I
Yeah,
think it
yeah,
was a
yeah.
play on
Yeah,
that,
because at
but
the end they reveal that they're not sisters. Obviously, it
yeah,
was sort of silly and funny.
it
They
was
had their silly
forced.
moments where, because obviously they're twins, so
Mhm.
duh, to us they're obviously sisters. But um, and then they had silly moments like that I think, well, that's why they won, because they had the paper when they had the results and it just said they are sis or they're not sisters, which is super stupid. You just had that one paper of data supposedly, but they had like little moments like that I think the other team kind of didn't, and so I think that's why they
Uh,
got the win. So yeah, they're the winners. The second team, Paper Cuts team, is the winner, and they win, I guess, immunity, right? They win immunity for
mhm.
for the main challenge. They're not going to be up for elimination, and that's really cool. And then, but the overall winner is who is overall winner? Greta,
Uh,
Greta White,
mhm.
which
Which
was
is so
really,
it's weird that they wouldn't pick someone from the winning team.
I know, that's what I thought too.
That was really strange. Yeah, I think they did a really poor job in communicating what the prize was to me, because I got a little lost. Like I was like, so our when they announced the winning team, he didn't explain again like, oh, so you get immunity and you're not able to be eliminated. He didn't say that. Like he didn't reiterate that. And they just went to Greta after that and talked about her having a chance at the mystery box to get it's not immunity, it's like you get to not go to a lip sync or something. I don't know how they would
Yeah, I
use
don't
it.
know how it works either, because they do say it was part of a lip sync, but I don't know if they're in the
Yeah,
lip sync and then they just use it, and so the other person goes home or something,
exactly.
or do they use it before they even go to the lip sync and then they choose someone else to participate? Not sure, but I
Yeah.
feel like we're gonna see it, because there's no way they're gonna let this twist not come to fruition.
Yeah.
But so yeah, so moving on, Greta wins, which was kind of random. I didn't think she'd do. She didn't stand
Mhm.
out for me.
But she
She played,
didn't she didn't pick the right box. So she didn't
and she
get
did
the
not pick the
immunity.
right box. She ended up with a wig, which is, I mean,
And dinerita, there was some dinerita in there.
yeah, which is, it's a win in some people's lives. So if you're struggling to find a wig, here you go. So, anyways, we move on to El Camerino, where they start talking a little bit about the mini challenge, but then they also go into some of their family lives and their coming out stories, I believe. Did you have anything to mention from this scene?
I mean, they have a tender moment, and then the thing that caught my eye was with Uma calling out Light King, because Light King was just quiet in her corner doing her makeup, and even even when Uma tries to get her to talk, which she didn't do it in the most understanding manner, but so Liking just stays silent.
Yeah, so
And
everybody was talking about their sad stories, family lives, and like King obviously didn't want to talk about it. And then
and
Woman's like,
happy stories too with their
yeah, some
family.
happy
Surprising.
stories.
I mean, yeah.
Um, and then Uma was like, and how about you, Light King? I see you over there quiet. How about you? And then Light King's just like, don't come to me. Like, I don't want to talk about it. She just pretty much stays quiet. But I feel like she probably needs a little bit more time to open up. So we'll see.
Yeah, yeah, and especially about that subject, because in the little interview things, she was saying that she's basically had to basically was disowned by her family. It sounds like, so yeah, it's understandable.
On that note, let's move on to the challenge. The challenge, like we
Speaking of
said,
great transitions.
yeah, I'm known for my transitions. So the challenge again is la Más A Color. So they have to present a look that reveals from a black and white to
Mm-hmm. To
color.
color. We didn't talk about the last time they announced what the prizes will be. So for some reason in episode 1 they didn't talk about it until episode 2, and they're like, by the way, these are our prizes. And now they're doubling the money
They're doubling it from last episode.
from last season.
Mm.
Because it was 250 pesos, 250,000 pesos, and now it's 500,000.
Yes, that's where all our money went to.
Directly to the the what do you call it? The pot for the winner.
Yeah. So do you have the list of prizes?
Yes, so I mean it's that the 500,000 pesos, and again the NYX cosmetics thing, and then 1 year of internet subscription, which does not seem like enough to me, but okay.
It does not. 1 year depends. If it's fast internet, maybe, but it depends on what
Give me at
kind.
least like 5. I don't know.
5 years?
Mm-hmm.
No, in 5 years, everybody's going to be dead because climate change. So they can't. We only have a year left. Sorry. Um, Anyways, let's move on to the looks. The first one up on the runway is Light King, which, by the way, I was just talking to Braulio before we started. I always forget Light King. Light King and Fifi Está, which is funny because she's the winner 2 weeks in a row. And yeah, for some reason, I just don't remember her. It's weird. I don't remember her face. Like, I know her name, but I think it's because she just doesn't have a distinct style of drag that I can like pinpoint to her. So I think that's what it is. But I'm pretty sure, like, as the weeks go on, I'll learn her. I'll finally learn who she is. All right. So the first one is Light King. What did you think of Light King's look?
So Light King is wearing like a yin yang inspired look, right? And obviously that's the black and white. And then she transforms into a treasure troll. I don't know. I just so each look individually has some potential. If a little too heavy on the details, but I don't get the connection between the two.
I don't either. It was very weird. It's like the first one is kind of like a period inspired, like a, what do you say, like a Marie Antoinette in a way. Like, I don't know what is that era? 1900s? No,
Victorian
era. Yeah, so that's kind of like that, and then she reveals to like this panty and bra kind of thing with the jacket. They're all very, very detailed, which is a lot to look at, and I don't think they have any specific point of view, any specific reference that I can see. So this is very, very like confusing. I did not like this look at all.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think it had potential and it has ideas, but yeah, I didn't see the connection, and yeah, it's just it's too much.
All right, the second one on the runway is Peque Valderas. What do you think of Peque?
I love the execution for Peque this week. Like the transition from color or black and white to color. Obviously, it's literal because she had a TV on her head.
Mm-hmm.
But so it's black and white, her whole look, and then but she does a pretty seamless transition to the colored it's like a color test pattern, like the ones you see on TV, which I thought was pretty clever on its own, and it makes for a good look, I think. Yeah, I liked it. It's not the most interesting look, but I think it got the job done.
Yeah, I think that it's a good idea. Execution was well done. I don't know. Do you think the TV should be black and white? That kind of takes me out a little. The fact that it's orange. And I know that TVs weren't black and white, but I don't know. Something about it just takes me out a little.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, because I mean, the whole point is that it's black and white, and you're kind of showing that isn't. It could have. I think it could have added to her point if it wasn't.
Yeah, so that was the one thing that just took me out. But is it, like you said, my favorite look, like something that I think would be exciting to see someone wear or fashionable? No, it's not the best, but it is a good standard look. And there was an idea behind it, so I appreciate that. The next one up is Lisa Sansusi, when she's always coming up with something like some kind of set design. She is bringing Broadway. She is bringing the set of Avatar. Like, what is she doing? But what did you think of this look?
There's one reference you forgot to mention, that it's Wizard of Oz. So she's playing Dorothy, right? Basically, and which is probably like the thing that came to mind when they started talking about transition from black and white to color. That was the movie that came to my mind, because it's like the one that does that does that transition, right? And then I don't know, there's just a lot of frustration with some of the choices. For example, why was she covering her face with a map the whole time? I mean, I assume it's to hide the makeup, right? That was in color, but no one else cared, so that shouldn't have mattered. And then I don't like the the slowness of her transition from one look to the other. So she goes behind her TV, her prop TV, and then she changes there for about an hour, and then comes back around. And literally, she comes up around the TV. The whole time I thought she was going to come through the TV, which I think would have had a better effect. Yeah, I mean, I think the look was good. It's just the props and all that. She didn't use them well.
Yeah, it was very weird to see. It just looked low budget, which is fine. You know, of course, you don't have the budget to create an actual TV, but like the way that she was ripping the pages off of the big TV screen that she brought on stage, it just seemed like it just needed more finesse. But I appreciate the fact that she did that. But I agree with you. I would have wanted to see the reveal on the stage, like just going behind the screen and then revealing to a colored look. Huh?
That's cheating.
I don't necessarily think it's cheating. It's just not satisfying for me.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's part of the trick, is to make us say like, wow, like how did she do that? You know? And obviously we don't get that when she goes behind and just changes. I think that it's cool that she has a point of view, a reference, which I totally got. The outfit was not my favorite. I still think, I don't know, these wigs, I don't know if you've seen these wigs a lot, but they have crystals on them. Everybody's been doing this. I'm tired of seeing them. They're beautiful in some cases. Some of them are made not as well as others, but I feel like, to me, they're just played out. It's just like you're just copying somebody else's. Like, you're just being trendy in a way. But whatever, do it if that's what you like. I just personally think they're over. Nobody's wearing them. They're all right. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it was okay. Like I appreciated the work behind it. It's just like I missed that reveal. The next one is Hidden Mistake. And this look, if I can find it. Oh, yeah. Okay. So this look was cute. I was expecting more. I'm not going to lie. I think Hidden Mistake has brought amazing looks in the past 2 episodes. So this was a little like less high fashion, which I'm used to seeing her wear. More of a high fashion concept look. But it was well done. I did like the reveal. I thought she looked really cute. The dancing, she could have used more dancing if she was going to bring out like those feathers, kind of like a burlesque thing. She could have played more with that, did more of a performance. But I did like it. What did you think?
I don't understand why she had to go behind, or I don't understand why they had to go behind the screen.
Yeah, that was another thing. That was
because the first look is just the coat, so they could have easily like pulled off an onstage reveal. I know there were fans involved, but even then, find a way to like hide them on yourself, and I think that would have made a bigger impact. I didn't really like the first look at all. It to me, it looked like a cheap coat. I love the puppy though, like the little fur ball. And then once the reveal came in, I liked that look. That was pretty cool. And the performance, or the dancing, burlesque dancing that she did was cool that they did.
All right, the next one on the runway is Isabela y Catalina. They, to me, did a great job in sticking to a theme and a concept. Is it the most original? Obviously not, but they were well made. I don't know. To me, like, do you think they should be wearing the same outfits, like in different colors? Do you think that's like, is that smart, or is that something they're looking for? I don't know. What do you think? Because I feel like I personally think they should have like at least different silhouettes.
Yeah, I think it'd be more interesting because then what's the point of seeing two different people wearing the same look? Just with minor differences in color or detail here or there. I think it should be different but complementing looks, which could make it difficult for them to come up with something like that. But they're the ones who chose to pair up. It's their parents' fault for having twins.
They're like, no somos hermanas. No somos hermanas. But I feel like even if you're twins, you're still individuals. So I feel like they should distinguish themselves.
Yeah. And I bet they do that in real life. So why not do it in their drag too? But as always, I love their performance, their choreography. They're pretty on par with each other with that.
All right, the next one up is Fifi Está. What did you think of Fifi?
Unexpected. It's the looks were costumey, but I think it was really fun. And I mean, I like the black and white look more, which is like a toro, a bull. I thought that was really neat, the way she blended her makeup and all that. Yeah, that was a really cool look. And then I mean, she didn't really change anything because all she had was her colored look behind her, like on her back, which I think on stage looked fun. And it is a transition, but I don't know. I don't know if that counts as like a transformation.
I think it does. It's just a different kind of transformation. But I did have the same thoughts in the beginning, but then I thought about it. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I mean, it's just you're just thinking about it in a different way, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
I just didn't love that the doll was she looked dead. She was tired. She was like, get me off this bowl. I'm tired. And that was the thing that just did not work for me. But I love the black and white look. I just didn't think it was executed the best.
Yeah.
All right. The next one up is Santa Lucia. What did you think of Santa Lucia?
I didn't get it. It's like a little bit like Monsters, but yet she's carrying the Book of Mormon. Yeah, and okay, so with the Book of Mormon alone, and it being like a pop-up book, and when she opens it, here comes a rainbow. That's cute and all, but what does it have to do with the rest of the look? I don't understand. So I feel like the look should represent the message, right? Because otherwise, it's just two separate ideas. And I mean, the look alone, the black and white, it was just, I don't know if it was on purpose, but it was not well sewed. Like the seams were showing, and then the reveal, the color is just like a power suit with a corset, which is interesting. But again, I think she needed to tie it better with her theme or whatever she was trying to express.
Yeah, I didn't get it either. I did not get this look at all. It was very random. And I mean, I guess I don't have to get everything, but if you're presenting something on the stage, I want to say that you want people to know where you're coming from, especially if she was making a statement. I have no idea what that statement was. Just by looking at the look. Obviously, if you look at the book, you kind of get what she's talking about, but I don't. You know what? It's kind of confusing because she did bring out the Book of Mormon, right? But the Mormons are not really okay with the gays. So why does it have a rainbow inside the Book of Mormon? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if she's Mormon and maybe she's saying it's okay to be gay even if you're Mormon. I don't know.
I mean, she said she grew up in Mormonism, in the Mormon church, I guess. But I don't get that. So to me, she failed the challenge. I mean, did she have a black and white look? That aspect was obviously she did the assignment, right? But as far as like
the message was just tacked on.
Yeah, it was tacked on to her tacky outfit. So the next one up is Greta White. What did you think of Greta?
Another one I didn't understand. And yeah, I mean, like similar sentiments. I think the whatever message Greta was trying to tell us got lost. Because so she comes out with her black and white look, which is like a Marilyn Monroe look. And she stops everything for us to listen to her sing Happy Birthday. And then she does. Well, she has the Tóxico and Veneno come out and like grab her, like kind of like I guess accost her, and then so she just screams at the top of her lungs, and they hold her coat for her to change behind there. And then she turns into her color look, and her color look is Jackie O's dress with like John F. Kennedy's blood dripping from it. And yeah, so what's the message here?
I get the references. Does it seem, I don't know, something made me feel like this was a little insensitive? Like, I know that this happened a while back, but I don't know if I would put glitter on the blood of somebody's husband being murdered. Like, that seems a little like you're pushing the bound, like crossing the line to me. Was I like offended or anything? No, but I feel like, is that the choice you really wanted to make? Like, kind of glamorize this murder. This is kind of weird. But I don't know. It was a weird choice for me. And yeah, I didn't get why she was screaming at the top of her lungs, like you said. I didn't get why she felt the need to sing if she's not gonna sing good. So that was weird. And
if she would have won, she could have skipped the lip sync. Well, it wasn't even a lip sync. She was singing live.
Yeah, it was just bad choices to me. Like I didn't get these choices. The next one is Aisha Dog Hills, and let me see if I can find her look. Yeah, to me, she was one of the bottoms, right? And I didn't really feel like she was.
She went home.
Horrible. Like, did she? I know, but I feel like her looks were okay. Like the fact that she had like 3 different looks, it was kind of cool. They were not that impressive, obviously.
No,
but they didn't really have also like a point of view behind it, so it kind of seemed like just random stuff put together. But I don't know. Yeah. I didn't hate them. I wasn't one of those people that was like hating these looks. I thought they were okay. What did you think?
I didn't like it at all. None of the looks. I think the idea, obviously, of having several reveals. She had like 4, but I wouldn't call them looks. They were pretty raggy. Like they were just rags that she was taking off and called it a look. I don't think that makes a look. And then her like black and white quote unquote first look, like I don't know if it was the lighting, but it looked navy blue to me. And she walked out with green gloves already on, so that's already like not showing the black and white. That was the whole purpose. So I think she had the theme wrong. Like she didn't follow what the purpose of the runway was supposed to be.
All right, the next one up is Paper Cut. What did you think of Paper Cut?
Again, her first look it was not black and white. It was more like bluish gray, which obviously when it's black and white TV, it is gray in there, but there was like a blue tint to it. But other than that, like I like the construction of the look, and I like the transition to like from a sad clown to a happy clown. You can always tell that Paper Cut puts a lot of work into these looks, and that's always appreciated.
Yeah, I think it was very cool. I actually think it's one of my favorites, if not my favorite. I love the dramatic elements of the look, especially of the first one, like that sad clown face, and then this big, huge, kind of voluminous coat over it. Was it the most exciting look? No, but I thought it was really cool, really dramatic. And then the reveal was really like kind of like a Mad Hatter mixed with Ronald McDonald? No, like Mad Hatter mixed with just like a regular clown, and it was really, really well done. I thought it was very polished. I wish the cake was real, which I know it's not possible, but I wish it was. And I think that would have been super fun with this performance. But I kind of, I kind of agree with Letal on the critiques. I feel like, just do some kind of like you're known for paper. I mean, your name is Paper Cut, so why don't you play with those things as like part of your makeup? I think that would be really cool. Do I think it's like horrible that he's not doing that? No, like I wouldn't be like you suck because you're not doing this, right? That wouldn't be like a critique in a way, but I think it's more of an advice. And so I think that would take his looks just up a notch a little. But overall, I think it was, one of my favorites, if not my favorite. The last one is Uma Kyle, and she does a reference to Betty Boop and the wife of Roger Rabbit, Jessica Rabbit. The Betty Boop was Betty Betty Bob. Betty Boop is a Betty Don't. No, she just literally put a mask over her face, a helmet. What did you call it? Like a mask, right? It was a mask, and then a little black dress. This needed to be a black and white skin to make sense.
Yeah.
And then revealed to Jessica Rabbit. I like the ideas. It was just not well executed. And then the Jessica Rabbit, she had her bra showing, and it was just kind of messy. What did you think?
Boop boop beep doop. Yeah, similar sentiment. I think if you're gonna do a Betty Boop reference, like you said, you have to color the rest of your skin if you're gonna show or wear a onesie that they all like to wear and with that matches the color of like black and white. I think that would have been much cooler. As is, it doesn't really show, and it would have been kind of cool if she stuck to the Betty Boop theme and made her in color. I think that would have been kind of cool instead of to a completely different character and did Jessica Rabbit. And yeah, I mean, I think neither of the looks were very well executed, and I didn't understand the blue dye. I guess it was like giving her gloves.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't. Yeah, just, execution was not there.
Yeah, I agree with you. So the winner of this challenge is Fifi Está for the second time in a row. So she's a contender. She's becoming the threat, I guess, the one that's at the top of the pack. And Aisha, Dog Hills, and Greta White are the bottom two, Las Menos, and they have to lip sync to Tu Falta de Querer by Mon Laferte, which is also the guest judge that week. And Greta ends up winning the lip sync. So Aisha goes home. What are your thoughts on the winner, the lip sync, and the results?
Let's start with the retroalimentación, as they're like trying to determine who's going to be the winner, who's going to be go home, or who's going to be at the bottom. And this season, Letal's not even choosing like a más or a menos, which seems just lazy. Just pick someone. Come on. And then they get to them trying to figure out who's going to be on the bottom, and this, I don't know if it was her fault, but the host, Maka, she starts talking about the mini challenge and how the No Somos Hermanas team got immunity, but yet she's like teasing like they're going to take the immunity back, like no, more than teasing, like kind of threatening, like we might have to take the immunity back. And then so they bring the queens back and on the stage and trying to lead us to believe that they're about to like go back on their word, right? And like basically waste the mini challenge because they're not going to follow the rules that they set with the immunity. And ultimately they don't, because Aisha and Greta, who were in the other team, in Fifi's team, they're the ones who end up at the bottom. But it seems pointless to use that situation to create fake drama. I don't know whose idea that was.
Yeah, I don't know. What did you think of the lip sync?
Um, I think it was. I think it was fine. I think the song was not the best choice. It was pretty low energy, but the I liked it. I actually ended up liking both of their interpretations. I thought they were a lot of raw emotions up there, given the situation probably, and that they were both on the line. But it came through in their performance, and I didn't know they were going to pick.
Yeah, I agree. The lip sync was pretty good for La Más Draga, and they both did a good job with the song. And the blood was kind of random, but it kind of worked in a way because they both kind of got their got the blood on them, and they were kind of performing together. It was kind of weird, but like it worked. So yeah, it was pretty cool, and it was pretty evenly matched. So yeah, I didn't know who they were going to choose, but I was like, the one that had the blood reveal, whatever you want to call it, I think that's who's going to win. And yeah, Greta ended up winning, which I was happy because I think she has more to show. I didn't really know much about Aisha, to be honest, so I can't say that I'm gonna miss her, or I don't know. I just felt like she just didn't never really stood out. But hopefully she is remembered, right? And not forgotten. So all right. Is there anything else you want to say about this episode?
Um, no, just a warning to stop using or stop going like stop messing with your own rules. Just let the show be the show.
Yeah, they come up with some stuff and then they change their mind. We don't know. This might be over tomorrow. Like who knows? They might change the whole cast. We never know. All right. Why don't you tell them where they can find us?
You can follow the podcast on Instagram at Quien es la Más, where you will see the looks of the week. And we have our email address, which is quieneslamaspodcast@gmail.com, where you can send us any questions or comments that you maybe like for us to read on the show. And please don't forget to rate the podcast because it helps us a lot. Where can they find you, Yi?
If you want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Yes It's Yi. All right. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye, adios.